Well, good morning, everyone. 48 First Alert Meteorologist Chelsea Aaron here with your latest edition of Weather Extra. The weather today, absolutely beautiful. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Temperatures mild in the 60s, but just like yesterday, we're going to be warming up quite quickly into the upper 70s and lower 80s. Today would be a great day to enjoy some sunshine. Let's go ahead and take a live look across Huntsville, where we are seeing plenty of blue skies area-wide. Current temperatures, like I mentioned, mainly sitting in the lower and middle 60s, but we will continue to warm quickly through lunchtime and into the late afternoon. Not a cloud in the sky, and clouds will stay out of the forecast until we head into the evening hours, but really not tracking any rain until we head into Thursday. The weather pattern is going to become quite unsettled throughout the rest of the week, so take advantage of the beautiful weather now. It definitely will not be lasting for long. Current temperatures all across the region right around normal for this time of year, lower and middle 60s, but we're going to be several degrees above normal once we head into the rest of your afternoon. 62 degrees here in Huntsville. Muscle Shoals sitting at 64 degrees, a little cooler in Gadsden at 58 degrees, but a southwesterly wind will warm our temperatures up quite quickly. Expect some breezy winds here and there, occasional gusts as high as 15 and 20 miles per hour, but winds should settle down shortly after sunset. Your afternoon planner looking gorgeous. Maybe you want to have some lunch outdoors. Again, expect plenty of sunshine and clear skies likely through sunset, and once we head into the late evening hours, cloud cover will start to increase. We will be tracking a weakening system just to our west. This brings us our next chance of rain and thunderstorms, likely overnight and early on Thursday. Severe weather is unlikely, but we could see some stronger thunderstorms. These will be capable of producing smaller hail. We're talking pea size, and also occasional lightning. So taking you out hour by hour, temperatures quickly warming into the upper 70s, lower 80s this afternoon, and then we'll be cooling after sunset back into the 60s. Cloud cover will start to push back in across the region from west to east, but still dry, likely until after midnight when a few scattered showers and storms start to arrive. I would grab the rain gear before you head out the door on Thursday just to be on the safe side, but it's not until really we head into the mid to late morning hours that we will see some of these storms develop. Again, most storms should stay below severe criteria, but can't rule out some brief gusty winds, heavy downpours. These are going to be isolated in nature. Not everyone seeing rain, but just stay weather alert because you definitely do not want to be caught outside in one of these. Now, with the cloud cover and also the added rain chances tomorrow, high temperatures will trend slightly cooler, most locations only reaching the upper 60s and lower 70s. We could see a lot of this activity fizzle out by the time we head into the evening hours, but still can't rule out some isolated convection, likely overnight Thursday and early Friday. We briefly dry back out on Friday, and dry weather will return, but all eyes are on our next strong potent storm system coming over the weekend. We do have a 48 First Alert weather day in effect on Saturday, and we also could see more than one round of strong to severe storms. I'm going to give the latest details as we head into Saturday, but first, just a look at the end of your week. I was going to say work and school week, but a lot of people on spring break. Friday is actually going to be a really great day, but take Friday as a day to prepare for what's coming ahead on Saturday. Now, temperatures will likely warm well into the upper 70s, lower 80s, just like today. Morning lows to kick off Friday will be ranging near 60 degrees, but we will see plenty of sunshine and high temperatures going to warm quite quickly. This latest model is not putting out our temperature, so I'm going to change it real quick and then we're going to get back on track. So again, middle upper 70s, looking likely as we head into Friday, and winds are going to be gusting throughout the day. These are what we call gradient winds. They're non-thunderstorm related, but they will be strong at times. They could even reach 30 to 40 miles per hour, and this is before the rain even arrives. So that first round of severe storms could arrive after midnight and through daybreak on Saturday. Now, we have some things that are going for us in terms of this severe threat not really materializing. Well, first of all, the atmosphere could be completely capped. That's just basically a warm layer of air aloft. It puts a lid on the atmosphere, so to speak, where storms are not really able to come into fruition. Still could have some strong storms and rain likely. But again, we will be watching these characteristics once we head into our high resolution data. By Thursday, we're going to be able to give you more consistent timelines, specifics in terms of intensity as well. So here's the first timeline, midnight to 5 o'clock on Saturday, but we could see some things work in our favor where this severe threat really doesn't come into fruition. The main timeline that I am growing concerned about is going to be Saturday afternoon into Saturday evening primarily. This is where we could see a significant threat of severe weather, and this has been showing up since this past weekend, which is also concerning. Something that we typically use when looking at severe weather is what we call analogs. These are just helpful to look at what an atmospheric setup has produced in the past, the same one that we're looking at right now. And some dates that come to mind with this, it's not April 27th, 2011. Nope, that is a generational event. So we're not going to see an event like that more than likely for the next 40 years. Keep that in mind. But some other events that come to mind include April 8th, 1998, December 16th, 2000, and November 24th, 2001. Now, April 8th, 1998, this was a very high-end severe setup for central Alabama. And this is an event that inspired me to become a meteorologist. My hometown, Oak Grove, Alabama, in Jefferson County, we were impacted by an EF5 tornado. And it was a nocturnal tornado, and it destroyed almost everything in our town, and we don't have much to begin with. It took down our school, you name it, it was gone. So we very well could see strong tornadoes. The highest threat is going to be along south of the Tennessee River through central Alabama into South Alabama as well. But we're right on the cusp there. And this is not going to be an isolated tornado setup. This is going to be more of a supercellular. We could see those structures form ahead of the main line that will be moving in. And this, I don't say all this to scare you either or increase your storm anxiety. I just say this to you because, first of all, it's my job as a meteorologist to let you know when impactful weather will be coming, but this is important to keep an eye on the weather in the days ahead, especially once we're able to get into high resolution data. That's going to give us better consistency, and we'll be able to give you a timeline so you know exactly what and exactly when. Damaging winds, large hail, and also we're going to be tracking a flash flooding threat, 2 to 4 inches, possibly even higher than that in terms of rainfall will be possible because this is a slow moving system. So that unsettled weather pattern will begin on Thursday. No severe weather likely Thursday, but we could see some strong storms, especially early on in the day. Main impacts include small hail and occasional lightning. And then we briefly dry out. Warm weather returns Friday. High temperatures back near 80 degrees. And then we'll be tracking several rounds of severe weather. A lot of uncertainties with this first round beginning after midnight and through daybreak on Saturday, but consistency is starting to come into fruition, especially later on in the day on Saturday. So Saturday afternoon, you need to be on guard all the way through Saturday evening. Tornadoes, damaging winds, very likely, and we could see strong tornadoes as well. We have a lot of instability with this system. So CAPE, our convective available potential energy, this is basically the energy and the fuel to the storms, could range anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 joules per kilogram. That is high. This is a typical spring setup. And not only do we have a lot of instability, but we're going to have a lot of wind shear area-wide as well. So this is our EHI product, and it's very helpful. It combines basically the energy and the wind shear, and all you really need are values at 1, and these are very, very high values. You see over 2 in Russellville, same story in Florence. And those values are higher on the onset, so midnight through daybreak. But again, there's still some questions, some variables that really need to come in place for that first threat to happen. And we'll also be watching for convection to our south, because if we see enough convection to our south, it could completely choke us off to the north. Do I think it's going to choke us off completely? No, and that's why I'm just telling you all of these things ahead of time. And here are just some of the forecast rainfall amounts. This is going to be a super soaker, anywhere from 3 to 5 inches possible alongside the severe weather threat. And one last look at your extended forecast, your 7 to 10 day forecast. Don't forget, you can catch us back here on our lifestyle show, Tennessee Valley Living. And also, I will be providing more details during our noon show. So today, very warm. Take advantage of the nice weather today. The weather becomes much more active throughout the rest of the week with a round of strong storms possible on Thursday. These storms should stay below severe criteria. And then we dry out on Friday before another system, very impactful system, brings more than one round of strong to severe storms overnight Friday and through much of the day on Saturday. Tornadoes, damaging winds are expected. We could be tracking large hail and a flash flooding threat as well. Once the severe threat ends late Saturday evening, much cooler air will rush back in throughout the rest of the weekend. Sunday is going to be pleasant behind all of the active weather, with temperatures dropping back into the 60s, and expect a gorgeous St. Patrick's Day next Monday. Thank you again for joining us. We will be joining you back here at Tennessee Valley Living and at noon.